Hello everyone, welcome to Kerbal Space Program. This is the beginning of a new series where we will explore and colonize star systems beyond the Kerbal system, or the system that the Kerbals call their own. This will be in a career mode, so there will be an added level of difficulty for the journey to the stars. So let's get started. Let's call it To the Stars. And so yeah, career mode, let's take our flag, we're going to do that later. Now, settings, yep. So 1, pressure limits. And yes, that is all. Well, except for our flag, of course. And where is it? There it is. Okay, let's get started. Apologize for the long loading screen. What is this? It must be plugged through quicker. It's a mod I have. Okay. I'm Gene Kerman. Okay, thank you, Gene Kerman. Now to mission control. So these are going to be our first contracts. In order to start off, we need to get money since this is career mode and realistic. So we can't escape the atmosphere yet. So. Okay, well, let's see what parts we have. So, currently are limited. We have the basic cockpits and then basic rocket motor and then parachute. And that's actually from the ones I have. But I think that's these are going to be the types of propulsion systems that we're going to be hopefully using in the future when exploring other star systems. Those are actually based on a real concept or propulsion concept. Now, yes, back to mission control. We cannot escape the atmosphere, and we can't really do anything besides launching our first vessel. So orbiting Kerbin is out of question too. So that's just a sign. Basically taking data from taking data from Kerbin. So let's get started on our craft. Of course, this will only be utilizing our basic cockpits and rocket motor. That is Director Von Braun. Thank you for your introduction. It's the base cockpit that I use. The other one works, but it doesn't have any gyroscope. So there's the rocket motor, and then fins just for aerodynamic stability. Goes around there. 3 preferably, 4 is more expensive, and 3 gives you the right stability. 2 would not be as obvious. So then we're going to want a parachute. Can't land without a parachute. If I can place it, there we go. And fixing our staging. So that's kind of important. So, before I forget, the mystery gear, which oddly enough is an experiment, and actually provides a lot of science early. And that seems to be everything we need. Let's check everything. Yeah, that's all. So let's name our craft. So what about suborbital, if I can type, suborbital hopper. I mean, it's really only hopping, in a way it's just not even, it's not even getting that far. Okay, Jebediah Kerman, we want our pilot, so he gets experience. And now we wait. This being, of course, due to the ridiculous amount of mods that I have. I think I have around 90. Yeah, I don't recommend it. Unless, I mean, mods really extend the lifespan of playing Kerbal Space Program, so in that aspect it's worth it. Here we go. Here's our spacecraft. The Space Center's underdeveloped. That's actually an Easter egg. It's a little shelter. I'm gonna go there sometime. Put monopropellant in there. We're supposed to take that out. We can't use monopropellant yet. So first contract, yes, scientific data and launch our first vessel. Obviously, we're going to be doing that. So first, we want to collect some science down here, and then we can do an EVA report. Yes, actually we have a science helper, so we should probably use that. And actually, wait. So there's a trick that you can use. Which actually, when you take the data from the cockpit, it needs the report. So usually this report slot is filled, but that actually puts it into the stored data slot. So you have more sample space. So first we want to do the mystery goo. Gives us a lot of science. And then we are ready to launch. So we're going to be trying to aim slightly to the coast. There we go. Crew report, mystery goo. We can't do an EVA report since we can't leave the vessel, and these aren't exactly safe conditions yet. There are ways to do it, but not really recommended. Ooh, already burnt out. This will not get us, these motors will not get us very far. That's why we need to get science and upgrade our parts. Yeah, so we are projected to land in the ocean. So parachute. Oh, it's a nice view from there. Cockpit. Looks like we are falling again. I don't think we made it beyond 7,000 meters. Oh, probably beyond, but probably not beyond 7,500 or 8,000. So there, deploy our parachute. Yeah, so 5 kilometers, a little over above sea level. Oh yeah, that's my toolbar. I have a lot of mods. Obviously, not all 89 mods are represented there. Probably for the best. Yes, so everything in place. So we're just gonna time warp so that we don't have to wait a ridiculously long time to land. And hopefully stop courses program water physics, something like that. I mean, it's not entirely unrealistic, but if you think about other spacecraft or capsule landings in the past, like the Apollo missions, they landed specifically in the water so that, I mean, there's less of an impact. Of course, then there's the Soyuz, which also, they primarily land on land, but that's really just a preference, I guess. The systems are designed around certain features like that. So here we are. Please don't. Please don't. Oh god, that's loud. And of course, we slow down frame. Yeah, wait until it stops, and then we can collect the last bit of science in the ocean. Oh, that's not the last bit. We'll be back here sometime in the future. Go using that same trick to report. Well, actually, we can do that. Store our data. That is it. A first successful mission. Congratulations, Jebediah. And back to the loading screen. Hard to say. I need to do that later, but it's just for quick blocker. Yeah, there's a lot of science. Oh, probably why I need to set that up, since I'm flicking through currents window. And the music changes. Not sure why. Oh, okay. So we have completed our contracts, at least I think so. And we have some notifications. Strategy availability. Gather scientific data from Kerbin. Ooh, we got some money. Launch your first vessel. Fantastic. And some milestones. Altitude record. Or speed record. It says broke a record of 2,000 meters. Probably we'd have gotten different. We probably would have gotten a different milestone. We had gotten to 10,000, but we needed to go to the ocean to get more science, so in turn, I'd say worth it. Back to mission control. Yeah, that's all other projects there. Okay, so we need to probably invest this science before we do any future launches, and definitely need to branch off those two. I mean, some of these are just necessities. Engineering, I mean, you need parachute. They're more specific. They're more. Their purposes, of course, are specified. And I'd regularly go with rocketry, but it's so important just to get the electrical things, like the pro-core batteries and solar panels, because otherwise you can't recharge your craft and you're severely limited on where you can go. See how we're starting there. We were playing in stock Kerbal space program, where there's no such thing as life support and some like a base electricity drain, then we would not be worried about that. Okay, escape the atmosphere over Kerbin. Probably can't do that yet, but we can do some part testing. Let's see. We can definitely test that at the launch site. Run test that shouldn't activate it through staging. And then, yeah, nothing in orbit yet. We haven't reached orbit or even left the atmosphere. Or even gotten much far into the atmosphere. Surveys, we'll get to those later. Surveys, I mean, there are alternate ways to get money. Those usually involve planes, and I usually rely on rocketry. So yes, yeah, we need to build our next craft, the Onion Reentry Module. Here we are. So our first craft. So let's call it suborbital hopper, maybe. Specifications. We'll worry about that later. Yes, let's activate the run test option. Okay. And still the flea booster, so that's technically that's still the same thing used for our first launch, so that's not a big deal. Okay, we actually need to activate that, so this will be a launch of some sort, so hopefully we can go maybe straight up and get some more science. So call this, yeah, Mark II. Now, just have to replace the cockpit. And replace it with the Onion Reentry Module. That down there, parachute on, and then 2 science units for mystery goos. We probably won't need them, but just good to have them just in case. We don't lose any money by having them on there as long as they're recovered. Well, we do lose them if we're far enough from our launch site, but that's not an issue here. So yeah, all of our parts. We might want to put an extra backup parachute, considering, I mean, if we do accidentally land in the ocean, we might have difficulties there. Another parachute should hopefully slow down the craft enough so that it doesn't, yeah, bottom stage doesn't explode. Yes, that should be all. Pod might, no, it isn't. So it should, yeah, it's probably actually safer not to have parachute on this one rather than the other one, but just to be safe. And Jebediah Kerbin, of course. We could have, we should probably alternate between Valentina and Jebediah so that they get rather equal amount of experience, but Jeb's not getting any more experience for doing this. I think he gets more experience for going to space and orbiting. And orbiting gives him some ability with the gyroscopes, so more controls. There we go, mystery goo. Probably not going to collect that again. Not really much need to. Done a ton of science. I'm not really grinding here yet. Which, when you get late into the game and need thousands of science per techno, you will. Okay, so different cockpit interior. You have a window, well, you have a few windows.